You find a song, and suddenly, nothing else sounds right. You play it once, then again, then again. Hours pass, and you're still listening to the same track. At some point, you even notice it. You think, why am I doing this? But you don't stop. You just press replay. And this behavior is far more common than it looks. Because listening to a song on repeat isn't random. It's psychological. The first reason is emotional matching. When you discover a song you like, it's not just the sound you're reacting to. It's the feeling, the lyrics, the tone, the rhythm. They align with your current emotional state. Cause, emotional resonance. Effect, the brain wants to stay in that feeling. So instead of switching songs, you stay with the one that fits. Because changing the song means changing the emotion, and the brain resists that. That's why during certain phases of life, one song feels perfect. Not because it's objectively better, but because it matches what you're feeling internally. And once that match is found, the brain tries to lock it in. This leads to the second reason, predictability. When you listen to a song repeatedly, your brain starts to memorize it. You know exactly what comes next. Every beat, every drop, every lyric. Cause, pattern recognition. Effect, reduced cognitive effort. The brain doesn't have to process anything new. It relaxes. In a world full of constant information and uncertainty, predictability feels safe. So repeating the same song becomes a form of mental stability. You're choosing something that you already understand completely, and that creates comfort. But there's a third layer most people don't notice. Control. Life is unpredictable. Decisions are uncertain. Outcomes are unclear. But when you play a song on repeat, you control the experience completely. You know how it starts. You know how it ends. Nothing surprises you. Cause, controlled sensory input. Effect, temporary psychological stability. It's a small environment where everything behaves exactly as expected, and that gives the brain a break. Then comes something deeper, memory association. Certain songs don't just sound good, they remind you of something, a person, a place, a specific moment. And when you repeat that song, you're not just hearing it, you're re-experiencing that memory. Cause, strong memory linkage. Effect, emotional replay. The brain begins to loop the feeling, not just the music. That's why some songs are hard to stop playing, because stopping the song feels like leaving the moment behind, and the brain doesn't want that. There's also a dopamine factor. When you hear a song you like, your brain releases dopamine. But here's the interesting part. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about anticipation. When you already know the best part of the song, your brain starts anticipating it. And that anticipation keeps the reward cycle active. Cause, predicted reward timing. Effect, repeated engagement. So even though the song is the same, the brain still gets stimulation from expecting what's coming next. And that keeps you hooked. But there's one more reason that explains the extreme cases. Emotional processing. Sometimes, people repeat a song not because it feels good, but because they're trying to understand something. A feeling they can't fully explain. A situation they're still processing. The song becomes a tool. Cause, unresolved emotion. Effect, repetitive listening as processing mechanism. Each replay helps the brain organize thoughts and emotions. It's like thinking in a loop, but through music. And that's why during intense emotional phases, people often stick to one song. Not for entertainment, for regulation. So if you've ever listened to the same song over and over again, it doesn't mean you lack variety. It means your brain found something useful, something that matches your emotion, reduces uncertainty, provides control, or helps you process something deeper. And until that need is fulfilled, you'll keep pressing replay. Because sometimes, one song is doing more psychological work than an entire playlist ever could.